Travis Lulay. First series here in this second half. Lulay chased by Anutsi. Spotted perfectly by Dwight Anderson.
We'll take a look at the BC Lions offensive leaders from the first half. Andrew Harris, 6 carries, held to just 19 yards in the first 30 minutes. Travis Lulay, good half for him, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Sean Gore, the Bishop's product, 5 catches, 43 yards, and his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Heavy 6.
Second down, 8 yards to go for the Lions. Andrew Harris, backfield with Lulay and shotgun. Alouettes jumped offside, and Arland Bruce with a little Velcro on that hand. It's too bad that was whistled. You know, Arland Bruce is saying that too. Little showboating.
Procedure. BC number 14. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So the Owls jumped because of illegal procedure. Let's take a look at this again. Little magnet hand from Arland Bruce.
Yeah, shame to see that one end up on the cutting room floor.
Second and long yardage again for the Lions. This game got off to a rousing start, looked a lot like last week's game. 10-10 after 1 quarter. The Lions then plodded along offensively. Just kept the ball with 10 points on the board in the second quarter. Very effective. Lulay stands in. And there he is.
Travis Lulay's
Arland Bruce. 2 hands this time. One of the biggest passes of the game for the Lions. Penalty flag on that play.
Major foul. Face mask. BC number 88. Half the distance to the goal line. Repeat second down.
And that one is erased because of the face mask by Akeem Foster. We'll now have to go to the sideline and explain it.
Second and 23, 39.
Akeem Foster, bottom man on the screen as he goes to block the defender, Seth Williams. He had the hands up to the face.
Oh, yeah.
And followed through
Yes.
just about.
Second and 23. Getting close to the midway point of the third quarter. Andrew Harris behind blocking. Harris.
Travis Lulay's pass complete to 33.
Almost to the initial line of scrimmage.
Up to the 20-yard line. Third down.
But it'll be third down. The Alouettes should get some advantageous field position here. Bo Bowling will go back. McCallum will kick it away.
Any kind of return here from Bo Bowling certainly go a long way, perhaps towards jump starting this Alouette offense, giving them a short field to work with.
And what the Owls have been missing, though, is that electrifying kick or punt returner this season. Bowling only averages 7.8 yards per punt return. McCallum, big kick again. Bowling at his 45. And gets about 7 yards on that return. 20-10, Lions lead. Anthony Calvillo's offense in a moment. Eastern, TSN will have the women's final in Azarenka and Williams. 11 a.m. tomorrow morning on tsn.ca, the conclusion of the Djokovic-Ferrer match. And we can continue here in Vancouver. 20-10, the Lions lead the Montreal Alouettes. Calvillo toppled. Khalif Mitchell has his first sack of the season.
Well, the big man in his second game back, returning from suspension. Big Khalif Mitchell goes to work. Just a straight bull rush on the inside shoulder of the guard, Andrew Woodruff.
6 sacks a year ago. His first comes here today. 2nd and 15. Here they come again. Calvillo steps up and underthrows the intended target, Ryan Bratton. And Anthony Calvillo just doesn't seem to be in the same kind of sync he was a week ago when he put on a clinic against the BC Lions.
But here Anthony Calvillo seemed almost panicked, very uncharacteristic for Calvillo. See a very awkward looking throw. Think back to the first half, Farhan mentioned the shoulder injury early in the season and the changed throwing motion.
Sean White, and out of bounds it goes at the 29-yard line.
Shop at Safe. Back at BC Place, during that last TV timeout, the officials were talking to Travis Lulay about how he's using his hands during his cadence. If he brings his hands from out to in because he's trying to get his receivers going in motion, that's fine. But when he snaps his hands forward, they're saying he's flashing, and that could draw the defense offside. He's already been called for it once. The explanation should help.
Well, let's see what happens now. Travis Lulay, offense back on the field. Scoreless third quarter so far. Plowing away again, Andrew Harris.
Andrew Harris getting a little bit of help from his offensive line here. Big Ben Archibald. 2010 most outstanding lineman. Took Rod Davis for a little bit of a ride on that play. Scored a pancake at the end of it. Two pretty good bookends here in Archibald and Javon Olafioye, the top lineman in the West a year ago.
Travis Lulay. See how he works his hands here. There it is. Here comes the rush. There goes Lulay. And he gets hit hard. Brought down. Penalty flag after the play. Kenny Ingram a little too aggressive. A high hit to Travis Lulay. Takes his helmet off.
Montreal. Unnecessary roughness. 15 yards at the end of the play. First down.
And Rod, this is continuing with a theme we've seen in recent weeks in the Canadian Football League. Is that the quarterbacks are really being protected, even on the run, as Lulay was in that situation. I would say the standard of protection has risen in recent weeks, that we've seen some things called in terms of roughing the quarterback or unnecessary roughness that arguably wouldn't have been called even at the start of this season.
Under 6 to go here, third quarter. Travis Lulay. No touchdown passes in 21 consecutive games. Low snap. Here comes the rush. Lulay avoids it. Fires back the other way, and Arland Bruce was almost sprung. Arland Bruce brought the BC Lions back in the second half last week in Montreal. A couple of key grabs, touchdowns, and almost the game winner. Always a factor.
Well, Bruce, the front man to the far left of your screen, sees his quarterback in trouble and starts working towards the sideline into space. Pretty good straight arm there, but this play begins with a nice recovery from Travis Lulay after the snap from Angus Reid came back on the ground.
Big play by Bruce and Lulay. Deep drop, Lulay flushed again. On his knees, throws it to the sideline. Intended for Andrew Harris. The evolution, though, of Travis Lulay in such a short period of time. And it's kind of the way that so many quarterbacks have success in this league. Even Anthony Calvillo, although he came in as a starter in Las Vegas with the posse, is that it takes time. But Lulay has been able to shrink the time frame for a regular third-string quarterback at the time, and he's become one of the CFL greats in a very short period.
Yeah, he really has. And I mean, what it comes down to is basically whether a guy's got it or not. And Travis Lulay's a guy who's got it. The ability to make good decisions is where it all begins.
Another good decision. Nick Moore. His poise also belies his age and experience when Loulay is able to hang in and fire.
Well, and it gets a little bit easier for Travis Loulay when his offensive line gets things blocked up like this. Montreal's going to bring 5 on the play, but they get a body on a body. Form that little protective bubble around their quarterback. Terrific job by the left guard, Hameister Reese. The ear-hold Shea Emery on the play.
Loulay, end zone! Nick Moore can't hang on.
And Chip Cox right in his hip pocket. Terrific coverage on the play. I know the fans here are looking for a pass interference call, but the ball's in the air. Chip Cox is just right there with the receiver fighting to try and get to the football.
Crowd gets a chance to see the replay on this spectacular big screen here. High definition. You can hear them voice their disapproval with the call. There it is. One of the best big screens around. 2nd and 10. Again, a deep drop. Loulay fires. Arland Bruce will make it 1st and goal. Hard to imagine what the BC Lions would be like without Arland Bruce. Ever since he's come to this team, he has done this.
Bruce was the missing piece a year ago for the BC Lions. With his addition, things seem to turn around for this team. We've seen, particularly in flashes this season right now, the absence of G-Roy Simon. Just how dominant Arland Bruce can be still given the opportunity.
Up the middle. Unable to go anywhere is Andrew Harris. This is a key time for the Montreal defense. It's going to be 2nd and goal. If they can at least hold the BC Lions to a field goal, it would be a major victory in what has been an outstanding drive engineered by Loulay. This game still very much within the Alouettes' grasp. But another touchdown and the Lions might be able to race away with it. 4 receivers to the left of Loulay. That's where he's looking. He guns it. And IMDC has another. Make that Nick Moore has the touchdown. Nick Moore filling in for G-Roy Simon with the touchdown.
Well, this is just great awareness and effort from Nick Moore. That ball is a keeper for Moore, but stacked up by the initial hit. But he knows he's right by the goal line if he can just get one more stretch. Big hit there from Chip Cox, but watch the stretch. Breaks the plane. Touchdown for Nick Moore.
Nick Moore comes into the lineup for G-Roy Simon. And the BC Lions continue to roll. 10 plays, 81 yards. And the first touchdown of the season for Nick Moore. Stretching for 6. Finish this drive.
Well, he sure did. And sometimes the difference between success and failure is just a matter of how badly you want it. Nick Moore wanted this touchdown. Terrific effort.
First as a CFLer. Again.
Representing the MAC out here, baby.
To play for G-Roy Simon, out with a hamstring injury.
Ironically, Moore gets his first touchdown of the season before Simon gets his.
Swift kick by McCallum. 27-10. And the Lions are starting to look like the BC Lion team that walloped the Alouettes. The final game of the season last year, 43-1.
Montreal offense came out on fire. 38 yards on their first pass of the ball game. Finished the quarter with 89 passing yards, 30 on the ground, 5 first downs. Only 4 first downs since then, 43 yards through the air. Been all downhill since that first quarter.
Credit the BC Lion defense when they have been on the field, have not given the Alouette offense an inch. And there is the architect, Rick Stubler, defensive coordinator. Anthony Calvillo's streak is in jeopardy of consecutive games, 300 yards passing or more.
Well, sitting here late in the third quarter at 132 yards through the air.
But if you know Calvillo and you know the Alouettes, do not put anything in the win column yet. Hangs in, and heaves it downfield, and again, nowhere near an intended target. Janelle Richardson complaining that there might have been some interference downfield.
Anthony Reddick has already exchanged some pushes and shoves with Richardson in this ball game. Is going to get in his ear again.
Should be the final play of this third quarter. And reversing field, but downfield quickly. Tim Brown nowhere to go. 3 quarters complete. Penalty flag down. Iris Hebert in there with J.R. LaRose and others.
No yards.
17-point BC
Control
lead.
number 34. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So they will have one more play here. You cannot end a quarter on a penalty. So one more to go here.
And penalties, a big part of what in Montreal Alouette standards could be termed a bit of a meltdown here. Uncharacteristic lack of discipline for this team today.
Tight formation, but Arland Bruce is the wideout guy. Just off your screen. There he is there. The hand off to Andrew Harris. Harris has some running room. Down to the 42-yard line. That is the final play of the third quarter. The BC Lions romping now, 27-10.